Imagine this. It's Saturday morning. Your alarm doesn't ring. You plan to wake up early, go for a run, clean your room, maybe even start that project you've been putting off. Instead, you hit the couch. You grab your phone. One video becomes 10. Before you know it, half the day is gone. And then you think, why am I so lazy? If you've ever felt guilty for doing nothing, you're not alone. But here's something surprising. What if laziness isn't actually a flaw? What if your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do? Today, we're uncovering the surprising evolutionary reason why humans seem lazy, and why understanding it could completely change the way you see yourself. Let's find out. For thousands of years, people believed lazy individuals simply lacked discipline. We need to travel back over 100,000 years. Imagine you're one of the first modern humans. There are no supermarkets, no refrigerators, no restaurants. Every meal requires effort. If you want food, you have to hunt. If you want water, you have to walk for it. If you want shelter, you have to build it. Every single calorie matters. Unlike today, food isn't guaranteed. Some days you eat well. Other days, you eat almost nothing. Now imagine two people. The first one runs everywhere, works constantly, uses energy without thinking. The second person only moves when necessary. They rest whenever they can. Who survives longer? Probably the second person, because every unnecessary movement burns precious calories. In a world where food is scarce, saving energy isn't laziness, it's survival. Over thousands of generations, natural selection rewarded brains that avoided wasting energy. Your ancestors who conserved energy during quiet periods often had a better chance of surviving difficult times. And those survival strategies became part of us. In other words, your brain was designed to ask one important question before almost every action. Is this worth the energy? If the answer is no, it encourages you to stay still. That ancient survival system is still inside your brain today. The problem is, the world has changed much faster than our biology. Today, food is everywhere. Most of us don't need to chase dinner across a field. We can order food with a few taps on a phone. Yet our brains still act as if every calorie is precious. That's why sitting on the couch often feels easier than going for a run. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your fitness goals. It's trying to conserve energy. Thousands of years ago, that was a brilliant strategy. Today, not so much. But energy conservation isn't the only reason we feel lazy. There's another powerful system at work. Your brain loves rewards. Imagine two choices. Option 1. Study for 3 hours. Option 2. Watch funny videos online. Which one sounds more appealing? For most people, the answer is obvious. Not because they're weak, but because the brain prefers immediate rewards over delayed rewards. If ripe fruit was hanging from a tree, you ate it now. If there was a chance to rest safely, you rested now. The future wasn't guaranteed, so evolution favored brains that valued immediate opportunities. Unfortunately, modern technology has learned how to exploit this ancient system. Every notification, every short video, every like, every new message, gives your brain a tiny burst of satisfaction. Compared to those instant rewards, cleaning your room feels boring. Reading a textbook feels difficult. Working out feels exhausting, not because those activities lack value, but because their rewards come later. And your brain is wired to notice later, less than now. There's another reason we often feel lazy. Decision fatigue. Every day, your brain makes thousands of decisions. What should I wear? What should I eat? Should I answer this email? Should I exercise? Should I clean? Should I cook? Each decision uses mental energy. As the day goes on, your brain becomes tired. When that happens, it naturally starts choosing the easiest option. Scientists believe this helps reduce mental effort. Instead of solving another problem, your brain says, let's just relax. It's another form of energy conservation. But here's something interesting. Have you ever noticed that you can spend 6 hours playing video games, yet feel too tired to fold your laundry? If laziness were simply about having no energy, that wouldn't make sense. The truth is, you're not always avoiding effort. You're avoiding effort that doesn't feel rewarding. When you're deeply interested in something, your brain releases chemicals that increase motivation and focus. Hours can pass without you noticing. Psychologists sometimes call this a state of flow. In contrast, tasks that feel repetitive or meaningless require much more mental effort. Your brain resists them because it doesn't expect an immediate payoff. This is why people can binge watch an entire TV series, but struggle to spend 15 minutes exercising. The issue isn't energy, it's motivation. So, are some people naturally more motivated than others? To some extent, yes. Genes, personality, sleep, stress, health, and environment all influence motivation. Some people naturally seek excitement. Others prefer a routine. Some are energized by challenges. Others become overwhelmed more easily. But regardless of personality, every human brain shares one basic goal: save energy whenever possible. That's why habits are so powerful. When you repeat an action enough times, your brain turns it into an automatic routine. Instead of deciding whether to brush your teeth every morning, you simply do it. Instead of debating whether to buckle your seatbelt, you just reach for it. Habits reduce the amount of mental effort required. Ironically, the brain uses habits because they're an efficient way to save energy. This means the key to becoming more productive isn't fighting your brain, it's working with it. Make good behaviors easier. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Keep healthy snacks within reach. Reduce distractions while working. Break big tasks into smaller ones. Each small step lowers the mental effort required to get started. And getting started is often the hardest part. There's another important lesson here. Rest is not the same as laziness. Your body needs recovery. Your brain needs sleep. Muscles need time to repair. Creativity often improves after breaks. In today's culture, people sometimes celebrate being busy all the time, but working non-stop isn't how humans evolved. Our ancestors alternated between periods of intense activity and periods of rest. The problem isn't resting, the problem is when rest becomes avoidance. Learning the difference can help you build healthier habits without feeling guilty every time you take a break. So, are humans actually lazy? Not exactly. We're efficient. Our brains evolved to conserve energy, seek immediate rewards, and avoid unnecessary effort because those behaviors helped our ancestors survive in a very different world. The challenge is that our ancient brains now live in a modern environment filled with unlimited food, endless entertainment, and constant distractions. The same instincts that once protected us can now make it difficult to exercise, study, or finish important work. Understanding that doesn't excuse procrastination, but it does explain it. And once you understand how your brain works, you can start designing your life to work with it instead of against it. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm just lazy," remember this. Your brain isn't broken, it's ancient. The real challenge isn't overcoming laziness. It's learning how to guide millions of years of evolution toward the goals you want to achieve today. What do you think? Are humans naturally lazy, or are we simply programmed to save energy? Share your thoughts in the comments